One of the most common things I see in candle groups is this advice. Don't pour your fragrance above the flash point, or the scent will burn off. And the problem is, that's not what flash point means. In fact, if that were true, most candle makers would accidentally destroy their fragrance oils every single day. So in this video, I'm going to explain what flash point actually means, why it shows up on fragrance oils, and why it doesn't determine how your candle performs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Kimberly Patterson, and I help candle makers turn plain candles into profitable works of art using sublimation and engraving. Along the way, I've done a lot of testing with waxes, fragrance oils, and wick combinations. And one thing I've learned is that misunderstood science causes a lot of confusion in candle making. Flash point is one of the biggest examples of that. Let's talk about what flash point actually is. Flash point is the temperature at which a liquid produces enough vapor that it can briefly ignite if a flame is introduced. Two things are important here. First, it's about vapors, not the liquid itself. Second, the test happens under controlled laboratory conditions. So, if a fragrance oil has a flash point of 140 degrees Fahrenheit, that means the vapor coming off that liquid could ignite if a flame were introduced in that environment. It does not mean the fragrance suddenly burns away at 140 degrees. So why is flash point listed on fragrance oils? Flash point is mainly used for transportation and storage safety. Shipping companies and regulatory agencies classify liquids based on how easily their vapors can ignite. So the flash point helps determine things like how a fragrance must be packaged, how it must be labeled, how it can be transported. That's why fragrance suppliers list flash point on the safety sheet. It's primarily a hazard classification number, not a candle making instruction. So, why doesn't the flash point determine candle performance? Here's where the myth happens. Many candle makers see a fragrance oil with a 140 Fahrenheit flash point, and they think, I can't pour hotter than that or the scent will disappear. But most candle makers add fragrance somewhere between 150 and 200 degrees, and those candles still smell great. That's because fragrance oils are made of many aroma molecules, each with different boiling points and evaporation behaviors. The wax also holds and releases those molecules as the candle burns. So the things that actually affect fragrance performance are wax type, fragrance load, wick size and wick type, cure time, not the flash point number. Flash point does not tell you how strong the hot throw will be, how strong the cold throw will be, what temperature to add fragrance, whether the fragrance will work in your wax. Those answers only come from testing your candle system. Wax, wick, vessel, and fragrance all interact together. Here's the simple rule I follow. I ignore flash point when I'm creating candles. Instead, I focus on performance testing. If the candle burns clean, throws fragrance well, and passes safety testing, then the system works. Flash point is useful information for shipping and safety paperwork, but it's not a tool for creating better candles. Testing is, if you're serious about candle making, start thinking like a candle artist. If you want to go deeper into candle design, sublimation, engraving, and creating candles that truly stand out, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in getting my book on sublimation and engraving at cost, the link is in the description. Buyers of my book can explore a free trial that includes one-on-one coaching, a physical monthly newsletter delivered to your front door, and my private school community. And if you'd rather buy my candles instead of making them yourself, I've added a link to my Etsy shop below. See you next time on The Candle Artist Way.